company company I'm working with is based there.
Got you. We switched up the spawn point to this side of the courtyard, and Nick set up a lot of these posters and portals so that it's like an easier path to the meeting space now. And I think this has become the de facto presentation space over
Yeah,
in
I'm
this
back.
Okay,
green
cool.
area that
Hey,
we used
everyone.
last time.
Yeah,
Cool.
we got a
Oh,
lot
I'll
of
come
stuff.
over there.
We can also add anything else you have if you want to put more photos or a video. Yeah, we got a link to the Discord here. And our other spaces there. I just went live on Spatial, so we may get some random folks in. We're just keeping an eye
Okay,
on.
cool.
We'll do moderation, but it should be pretty low key tonight, just because we didn't advertise it super well. But I did share it in the build and the cabin discords.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, even if we have a small turnout, we should just record a little bit of you talking about it and exploring, because I think folks will want to catch up by video. So
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the YouTube stream again.
yeah, the stream is up right now.
Okay, great.
And I'm just keeping an eye on the Discord for anyone who has issues. Is this the first time we've actually done the 8 p.m.?
I think so, yeah.
It might be our first 8 p.m. slot, so we could notice that there's a difference in attendance at 8 p.m. It could also be that we need to build an audience for 8 p.m. the way that we did for 12 p.m. So keeping that in mind to gather stats, but we probably won't know till we do this a few times at this time slot.
Yeah, 8 p.m. would definitely be for U.S. West Coast, Australia, and
Yeah,
East
that's who we
Pacific.
need to reach, is the West Coasters, to let them know that there's one that they can join us now, because they, I think, up to now couldn't join us. So Patrick was
We'll
on
keep
maybe
playing around with
switch
it.
from.
I guess this is morning for you, Matt, right?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So
Are
maybe
you,
switch from the New York network to the SF network.
Yes, well, if you do one with Bobby, that might help. KR, if you're still there, where are you coming in from? You could type or chat if you want to. It's fine. Oh, we'll probably wait about 5. It just started. It's literally 8:01, so I'll wait 5 minutes before we do anything.
I think the mouse position is part of what creates the zombie effect.
Yeah, you know what? I think they should limit it at 90 degrees so that the lowest you can move your head is maybe 90 degrees, because that would help a lot, because you often have to point at the ground to move. So
yeah, or maybe even like have it default when it's not being touched to like a normal position, and then only become like face tracking when you start interacting with the mouse.
Is my head moving right now? Because I'm in first person mode, moving my cursor around.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see
so it still moves my head even though I'm in first person mode. Interesting. Nice. Cool. I think another thing will help is we have a guest speaker. Then we can tag them before the meetup, like a couple days, and share a social post with them, and then bring out all of our mutuals, you know?
Yeah, that seems to be the most effective thing we're doing. So yeah, I got to lock in a time with Bobby. What did you say were the best dates for that?
The 20th and 16th and 20th, I think. March 16th and March 20th.
So I just figured out who KR is.
30th. March 16th and March 30th.
Who?
Was it March what?
March 16th and March 30th.
Okay, I'll bounce those off of him.
Since this space is public right now, can I just throw this link in a tweet and say, come join us in Spatial?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, please do. I posted a link to Discord on Twitter already earlier too. Yeah, anyone friends you see online or anything. But it's totally fine. We can still like record it as a talk and see if anyone wanders in. I'm excited to try to find the building site. Were you able to pin it down like exactly where it is?
It was hard, and I'm still not sure.
Okay.
So we can try again. We could just
it'll be like
explore
a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited now to redo these spaces with the new kit because we can get the kind of lighting that we have in that space is so much nicer than this, and we'll be able to get all that nice stuff in this space too as soon as we remake it.
Yeah, it's crazy we did all that optimization work, but I know a lot of it was
yeah, I mean it's good.
Optimizing the buildings themselves.
I think it's good that we have this version, and we should definitely keep it because it is the most well optimized one. And yeah, all that new stuff I mean, it looks nice, but it has some heavy post processing over it, like bloom and stuff. So.
Okay, do we want to start? It's 9:05.
Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and we can gather over here. KR, do you know how to move around in Spatial? I don't know if you're in headset or not, but you can click the ground to teleport or use the WASD keys on the keyboard. And if you double click over on these chairs, I think it should even teleport you to us. Oh, great. Sounds like you got it.
Around.
Cool. So I put a photo of
all right, let's
project that we're talking about here. And then we also have a survey link over here, and we're asking anyone if it's your first time with us to take a look at the survey. It's like a 1 minute thing. We're just trying to get an idea of like what parts of Spectra people are most excited about. And I think what I'll do is I'll just go into camera mode. And Ryan, if you want to stand up over by the screen, what you could do is actually press the V key, and it'll flip you around so you can see yourself from the front. And then we'll practice being more embodied in our avatars. But yeah, this looks great.
Okay, great.
So yeah, I'll let you introduce yourself in Spectra this time, and I'm excited to learn more about this project too because I've been out of the loop and you've been doing some really cool stuff with Andrea. So be excited.
Yeah. So today's meetup is actually not focused on the world that we're standing in now. It's focused on a site that we're developing in Puerto Rico, where we have 80 acres of farmland, and are thinking about what to do with it and how to build it out. So the photo behind my avatar is a view. I think the nicest view on the property. You can see the mountains out in the background and some rolling green hills, and that's basically what the land looks like. And thinking about how to optimize and build things that best showcase that view and create some active farming on the site, as well as some really nice guest houses for people to stay in. My current thinking is building two structures that are each optimized for around 15 to 20 people. So good for kind of large groups or large families or people, kind of families traveling together. Or something that can be done for like a small company offsite or brainstorming session, but something that's really optimized for entertaining larger groups. And for my time spent in Puerto Rico, there's not a lot of inventory like this, where you can house that many people comfortably in one place. I just had family in town for a few weeks, and to find something that could fit, even 12 people, there wasn't a lot of really good options. And so it's trying to find something that that can work for that and can work for kind of small events. I'm also interested in exploring some of the governance and ownership models that we're talking about in Spectra and the white paper and in the governance and economics paper, where possibly there's some sort of cooperative management or cooperative ownership of the property, and having the property not be just a publicly available rental, but more something that's managed as a a small private network or a small private group, and and yeah, so we could have cooperative farm where we're producing exotic and tropical fruits. We can have these two very nice guest houses for company offsites or family vacations, and it can be owned and managed by the community. And the other thing I was thinking is that we can have maybe one night a month that's always blocked out for community events, and so it's not generally available in a rental pool. It's just we can do like a monthly event there, a monthly meetup at the property. Um, so what's really cool is that there's actually on the island of Puerto Rico, there is a data set. There's a LiDAR data set for topography data for the entire island. 5 years or so ago, they sent over aircraft and they captured LiDAR data. And so we went in and we looked up that data set and we looked up the site, and we've pulled the topography from that publicly available data set. And we pulled that into the Unity game engine, and then procedurally generated some of the terrain where you have the trees, the grasses and stuff auto-populated. Now we're going to want to refine that and improve that over time, but it very quickly gave a way of taking the landscape of the land, importing into the Unity game engine, and then giving us something that we could bring into spatial. So now we have this massive site. We have this 80-acre plus site, this data that we've brought into the virtual world. And so today we're going to walk it around a little bit. We're going to see if we might be able to find the build site. We're still, we really just finished this import in the last day or two. So we're going to see if we can actually find the actual site. But over time, we're going to try to make the virtual version as realistic as possible to represent the real physical version in terms of the landscaping, the views, and the structures that we're working on. And so yeah, that's the idea. I'm working with the same architects that did the Spectra design for these two structures. Our thought is to work kind of with a small group for the next couple of months, and then once we get it to once we kind of get the first pass done, we're happy to share it publicly and bring it in for comment and get ideas on how to make it better. That is one of the things that we realized that I think doing design by committee with a large group of people from the very beginning presents challenges. But if we can get it 85 or 90% of the way there, I think we can have some really interesting conversations with people on how to improve it, how to make it better, and what are the amenities that they might be looking for. So that's the goal with this project, is to go through a more traditional property development where we have a piece of land where we're building initially two single family homes, and then we're going to try to build that out in virtual reality, and during part of that process get some public feedback on it, and hopefully build a community that's excited to stay there, to be part owners or part managers of the property, and think about other uses for the property.
That's awesome. I think since we're so small, we can really have a back and forth questions and stuff and discussion about it. But and I had a lot about the architecture itself and sort of the materials that you're planning to use and some of the content of the site. But maybe we can have that discussion over in the actual space.
Yeah, let's do it. So the two links, you have a survey link and then you have a farm project link. Is that to the
This is
Discord?
the
Where's the farm
website.
project
This
link?
goes to the page on our website, which is funny. I think
Okay.
the page on the website is still speaking of this as a potential sort of social local chapter, almost like we call them blocks, but the idea would be like a Spectra subgroup that is devoted to a project like this could form, and that's what the website page is about. But yeah, the one over
Yeah,
here is the actual
I
world.
am still thinking of it in those terms for sure.
Yeah,
I think yeah, I think we'll see who chooses to engage, and there's the people will find out about the project through Spectra, and there'll be the people that I just have in my network now that are interested in it. But yeah, I see this as like the block, first block or one of the
yeah.
first blocks, and an experiment in can you get 100 people to kind of buy into an idea into making a physical into making a virtual concept physical. So
It
I
would
think it's
be
an MVP for that.
sounds a lot like what Cabin did something in Austin called Neighborhood Zero or something, and
Hmm.
they're going to be around at South by Southwest, so it might be cool to compare.
Yeah, I talked to Phil at Cabin, and they've definitely informed some of the things I've been thinking about. Um, and I think they actually did a little mini project in Puerto Rico as well. So yeah, I think the idea of taking a piece of land and just doing whatever the MVP. City Dow did something similar. They bought land in Wyoming. They may be looking at other land. So I think just getting a piece of land and seeing if you could build a group of people that want to do something with it, that alone is baby steps toward the vision.
Yeah, I mean, up here in Maine, there's towns that started that way, so it's definitely interesting. So this is the portal over here to join this space. I guess
Hmm.
KR, it might take a while to load. It's quite large, but we've tested it and it does work for all of us. So hopefully it will work. If anything goes wrong and you can't join this portal, you can either find us on YouTube, or usually a one or two reloads kind of does the trick whenever there's errors. So let us know if you have any technical difficulties. Like I said, I'm on Discord, and also their YouTube stream has a chat as well. But let's cross our fingers and
Let's
click the
click the link
portal.
and see if it works.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So okay, give it a click and see if you go there.
So you click, and then it opens a pop-up that says travel. It's right over this one over here, Spectra Cities PR. Oh, are you still there, Kira? Yeah, we're heading over to the PR portal here. Yeah.
Time.
Oh, hey, we made it.
Hey Nick, did the lighting change for you too? I feel like it looked much more like midday now, and it looks like sunset now, or midday a few hours ago.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what was in this Unity package that Lucas sent over to me. So I don't think there was a day-night cycle, but it would be interesting. I mean, I think it might just look in comparison to the lighting of the previous space, because this is obviously real time. You've got real-time shadows on your avatar now, so should seem quite a bit different. You notice there's bloom and stuff now. It's a little bit performance heavy, but this is just a very early prototype test. Yeah, Ryan, there's also pickups up here in this demo building here. These yellow cubes on the roof here where I'm standing. You can actually pick them up and they make a little effect. I think
is it all right if I share
rooted.
this link out too?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
world
you can
or
share
the internet connection
Okay.
It might be the
I
internet.
have here. It's lag.
Interesting. Can you hear me okay, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, so
A little bit for me.
it might be Ryan, or it might be
Ryan does sound a little bit quieter now.
It could be CPU thing too. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Heavy. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. If you want to drop the link in the Discord, Matt, that would be cool.
I think I'm also I'm not at home, so I don't have quite as good of internet.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. Understood. Yeah, but check this out though, Ryan. Follow me back here up these stairs. I'll show you what we could do for potential scavenger hunt. There you go. See, these yellow things are
pretty considerable lag for
configured to be pickups, so you can just walk over the yellow cubes.
Oh, and they explode.
Yeah. I think they're local.
So we can like make a yellow brick road pointing people in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean we could make Spectra tokens that, pick up, surveys or scavenger hunt thing. Not sure where KT ended up. This is like so easy to get lost here. But what we were gonna do is try to find the building site.
Yeah, let's. I tried this yesterday. I don't know if I was successful, but we'll try again. So what I did yesterday was go to the right and try to climb up a mountain.
Okay. I mean, you've been here, right? So is this road explain what we're looking at as it is in real life? Where did he go? I'm glad we don't have proximity voice. At least we can.
Where did Ryan go?
I think he said up the road over here. I'm gonna clap. Follow the clapping Spectra.
Oh, so even though our sound isn't what's the word? Even though it's not limited spatially, this place is so big that it might be.
No, I mean it shouldn't be. It should be a separate channel. But I'm not sure. Ryan, I can try to use host tools. Oh, I didn't give myself host here. Crap. I have to join on my other account. I like what it did with the that LOD of the foliage. It's like pink. Oh no, where did you go? Matt?
I went back to the spawn point.
Oh yeah,
I got scared.
Let's meet here. I don't know where he went. I could try to find him in camera mode, but
that's kind of like it feels like a helicopter chase.
Yeah. Some of the height map has glitches here, but at least you can walk over them. I mean, immediately I was very interested that the roads came out really well, and yeah, it seems like there was a site up on the hill behind us that might have been what he was talking about. And then there's also on the other side too, and you can climb up on the mountains and get a better view. Also, KR, you might want to try. There is a camera mode where you can fly around. Assuming you're on browser, you can click the camera icon in the top right and go down to film mode, and it turns you into this floating camera, which you can then navigate by the WASD keys, and then you can fly up and down and around. Looks like Ryan is rejoining.
Yep, got it. Thank you.
Nice. Are you there, Ryan?
It's a good thing there's roads to be able to navigate.
It's the only way I'd find my way around. Yeah, I think the one that goes uphill, I think this might be promising. There's like a pretty flat site up the hill to the right of the road. This seems like a likely spot. think Ryan might be still having connection troubles. Unfortunate. I can hear you now.
Is the audio only when we're close, or is it? Can you hear it worldwide?
We weren't sure. We weren't sure either.
I think you can hear it. I was up on a mountain somewhere, and I could still hear everybody.
I lost everybody. I went somewhere.
Interesting.
And I was by myself in the jungle.
This is very similar to probably the real life conditions.
It is. Except
I don't
for I know the real life
in
site
that forest, and it's very steep.
I know the real life site so well though. So
really,
well, does this road go anywhere?
It goes up to a pretty flat area. I think that this site over here is probably where one of the candidates, because if you just walk up the hill to the right, there's a big flat area here. Oops, it sent me back. Gotta go back now. All right, I'm coming back. But yeah, this seems like the more flatter areas on the train. I don't know if you recognize. Are the roads like recognizable to you?
No. Yeah, I wish I could say otherwise. This does not look right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these mounds and stuff are glitches.
The build site has a very clear kind of ridge line where there's a cow path.
Oh, I see.
And yeah.
Interesting.
This is pretty darn cool though.
Yeah, especially when you get up.
Oh, you know what?
Huh?
I might know where I'm at.
Maybe using the mountains.
It's so weird to see the virtual version.
Yeah, using the background mountains, that's probably the easiest way to orient yourself. It's very cool once you get up here and you turn around from up here, you can actually see like the shape of the land. I don't know what it did to these trees. They're like pink.
There's 2 lots.
Okay.
It's a sand mine. And so
a sand mine, you said?
Yeah, the lower lot was previously.
Interesting.
Is my audio cutting?
Yeah, it's still cutting out. I mean, we might want to explore a little bit and then maybe hop back to intersection to talk. But I mean, one thing I'd like to do before we go is definitely head up the mountain here, like a little bit further, and or even maybe on top of this glitch here. Might be a good view spot. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can see what we're dealing with. If I go into filming mode. Wow, yeah. So there's is there river? That's another potential point of orientation. But yeah, this looks like one of the potential areas right here. There's three cleared areas that I can see from up here. Oh, there's Matt, the flying camera.
Oh wait, where did you see me?
I see you
I'm
right
trying
here.
to find y'all right now.
Yeah, there you are. Could you hear us at all?
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time.
Oh, great.
I was just tweeting and on Discord.
Oh, this is so cool. But yeah, we might want to hop back to talk easier in the other space. But this is
Oh, I see you.
There's so much stuff we could do with this. I mean, it's really going to be interesting when they start to actually develop the plan. I wish you could click people's names and like see where they are.
Yeah, I wish there was a mini map.
Yeah, right. Now you can make things that are so big you need a mini map.
When you go into camera mode and go all the way up, it's really pretty.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I might take a screenshot of this actually and post this.
Nice. The one that they made, the version of this they had in Unity that was in the thread Andrea posted was really nice. Like it looked a lot better than this.
Right.
Because of they were using a tree system that was better, but it still looks pretty neat though. And the skybox, this is the cloudy sky that came with the default spatial package. But it's kind of nice and it does fit the time of day and sort of the general vibe.
I have a feeling that wait, Ryan, can you say something? Or if we lost Ryan's audio?
I think we lost them. I think what we want to do is probably just head back at this point to the intersection and start to wrap up there and ask some questions. I think
I'm posting a super zoomed out picture.
Okay, yeah, I think we want to probably tell people, anyone else, that we're going to be at the intersection and then meet them back here. Where's the chat? Looks like they already probably did go back, but let me find the link again. All right, I put the link in the chat for the intersection. We'll just meet back there. And yeah, I'll finish up there. Okay, we're back. Oh, hey there. I'm going to laugh. Hey, Ryan, you got your whole fam inhabiting your avatar.
Hey,
now.
Nick, you there?
Yeah, we're here. Oh, I got to unmute. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, you got the whole fam there in the avatar, I see. Yeah, this is better now. so I think we should be able to hear you better, hopefully. Maybe, unless it's a connection thing. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think it's probably just Ryan's connection from down there.
Can you hear me now?
Should be back. Yes, I can hear you, Ryan.
Yeah, I think it's a combination in the big world.
Yeah.
The big world plus the internet here.
Yeah, it's probably bandwidth plus CPU for whatever you're using, but
so yeah, let me say a few reactions to that. And
yeah, so this is sort of for one of the first times we've tried to explore it this way. What did you think?
Yeah, so I think, like, I mean, I couldn't relate it to the land as I know it, so I don't think we found the right place. But it's still just a crazy, interesting environment to walk through. It's like the virtual jungle, and
it reminds me of these old RPGs
stuff
I played. I mean, it looks like Elder Scrolls Morrowind world or something, overworld.
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild. The scale, yeah.
Yeah, we should also stress just how quick this was. So they took the LiDAR data, they pulled it in Unity, it generated the terrain relatively quickly, and then you pulled it into Spatial using the new Unity SDK. And so I don't know the total number of hours, but it was not a significant amount of work to get just an absolutely massive landscape.
Yeah, it's just like existing
obviously
data.
We'd want
existing Unity terrain system that reads a height map, and it'll be very interesting to see as they develop the site. We'll be able to get more detailed versions of it to walk around
Yeah,
in.
well, I mean, one, we should have the spawn point be on the build site. So, but we have to identify the build site
Yeah,
first. And then the other thing is that we did a physical survey, a terrestrial based GPS survey, where we're going to have the data from that really soon. So the actual site is going to be mapped in quite a bit of detail. And then we're just pulling in that kind of crazier terrain and that, basically what we just walk through for the rest of the property. And then we can choose to invest in a little bit of cleanup. We clean up some of the weird artifacts. And so over time we'll have a pretty good virtual representation. So today was just showcasing just like, how quickly you can take the LiDAR data that we found and turn it into a navigable virtual world. And so yeah, I think as a very much an MVP, it was a fun exercise.
Yeah, as a virtual living lab, we're really excited to be able to explore real spaces from here as a home base. And like yesterday, Matt and I were actually exploring, somebody brought in the real life ancient Acropolis 1:1 scale that was something that I think was made for AltSpace, but they've been porting them over because AltSpace got shut down. So we were able to explore ancient city yesterday, and I think like that might be kind of an event that we start to do sometimes at meetups, maybe like hop around some different worlds, urban themed worlds, and study different cities, right? So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting to see how many more worlds there are now. When we started a few months ago and choosing Spatial as a platform, there was only a handful of scenes out there. I think there's like literally like 2 or 3 scenes, and now there's dozens of them. So yeah, and some of them will be relevant in terms of urban design or replicating existing places.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun
Yeah.
visiting. I have a question. Do you think there would be able to have some coordinates or something, even like a north, south, east, west, when you're in like a jungle environment, to be able to try to navigate through it?
Yeah, we need mini maps, right? So, I mean, one thing you can do on Spatial is drag in any sort of image, PDF, or video into the world, and we could, if we had the map, we could have just dragged it in for ourselves. So that's one thing we really like about this platform. But yeah, it would.
Yeah, in terms of like real time positioning, I think within Unity, certainly like you can do anything. I don't know how much stuff is supported out of the box with Spatial.
Was Numina
and
using
so,
their tool?
Well, I'm sure
they were using their design tool, right? I think they showed in the video on Twitter. So Numina's architectural design tool, which runs on Unity, has like a blueprint version of the build site that you can view yourself as like a mini map, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so separately from what we're doing in Spatial, we have the PC VR version. So if we have a chance to give you a demo with PC VR and the other tool that we're working in, there's a lot more capabilities. So we'll continue to build out both. I think Spatial serves its purpose of like very quickly, very easily having a social world. And then what we're doing in PC VR allows us to have higher fidelity, more control. The two are working really well. So I think a couple months into this, I'm happy that we chose Spatial as a platform, and I'm happy that we also have the PC VR for our own controlled experiments.
Yeah, we'll have to do a revisit of this project at a future meetup. I'm just curious, KR, like, what's your background? How do you find out about Spectra?
Through Ryan.
Friend of Ryan. I think he recognized you halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's family.
I think I know too.
Yeah. We're family.
That's good.
My first time on Spatial, this was really a lot of fun and just so easy for somebody that has no experience.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad it worked out. But yeah, we're gonna have some more meetups on Thursdays, and we've got some other like guests scheduled. So if anyone is watching on stream, I'll just give a quick rundown. So next week is going to be very cool. Next week at 12 p.m. Eastern, Peter Van, his his handle on here is Peter Van, but he is a Belgian architect and artist who does paintings and architecture and performance, and he's going to be giving a talk to us about a project he's doing called the new Babylon, which is a reinvention of a project called New Babylon, which was a sort of utopian city based on pure unrestrained creativity of people. So, which I think these virtual worlds are starting to actually make that happen. But he's going to share a proposal, I think, for some type of design challenge for the Spectra community, and something that he wants to actually do in real life as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that next Thursday at 12 p.m. So you can check on our Eventbrite on spectracities.com or from Discord to RSVP for that. The following week we might be able to have Brian's friend Bobby, who's talking about floor plans and co-living and basically everything related to our housing. Either next week, either on the 16th or the 30th. And then on the 23rd of March at 12 p.m., we have Matthew from Strata Design, who's going to give us a tour around another real-life project that has a virtual space here on Spatial, which is that they're a landscape architecture firm, and they're designing a rooftop garden for a hospital in South Wales, or where is it? Southampton in the UK. And they'll be able to port us over so that we can actually rock around what they created. And the project itself in real life is going to be done sometime this summer. So that's going to be very exciting. They use Spatial very similar way that we're using it. So I'm excited for that. And then, this is going a little far out, but in April, we've got some interesting guests too. There's a founder of a company called Metacomb that is making sustainable building materials from waste at the building site, including corrugated cardboard, which they turn into hard surface, like with carbon fiber or poly, that you can make doors and walls out of it. So I'm really excited because the founder was interested in turning his materials into 3D textures to use in virtual worlds. So we're going to talk about that. And cool. Then later in April, we also have Kat Schreer, who is a game designer that studies games for civics and social impact. And she might have some games for us to play. So that's just some of the people we've got coming up. Cool. I think I'll conclude the stream here, but this was a fun little exploration at least.
Yeah, I think it's great that we can bring in all these people and have these different conversations. And then, when we're working on new stuff, it's really fun to be able to just share it in this format as well. So, I look forward to the next few months and inviting more people on and having these conversations.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for meeting up, everyone. We'll see you back on Discord and next week for the next meetup.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Bye.
All right, take care, everyone.
Oh, dang. GIS community who's going to
Yes.
in Spectra cities, and that's like my past life.
I know I did. I used to go to OSM events and map time meetups, so we could totally connect with those groups. I think they would be really interested to do stuff. So, I mean, that could be a strategy.